This is going to be a long video, so let me show you guys what we built today. The first thing is going to be this awesome doorway that's connected to our bridge and our lava pits, as you guys can see. Then we have this redstone wall with working lights on the outside and on the inside. Plus, it has a built-in defense system. I mean, take a look at this thing, guys. It is so amazing. No one will be able to get over this really epic wall. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. Hey, what's up my fellow Twisters? Welcome back today. We're in MCPE once again, doing another episode of our Let's Build series. On the last one, we created a redstone slime block bridge, as well as a working lava pit that could remove the lava and place it back in. Now in this episode, we're going to try to define an area for our house, as well as we're going to try to build up a redstone wall, as well as the foundation for the house itself. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that these videos cannot be uploaded every single day. I know you guys would love that, but I do try to plan it out and add a lot of cool things for you guys. So it might take quite some time, but it's definitely worth it. I just ask you guys to have some patience. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with this build. One thing I do have to do is cover up this area and then define a space for the wall. And the wall itself, I do want like redstone to be inside of it, as well as dispensers. That way we could use it as a defense mechanism. But either way, I will try to outline an area, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you guys what I have done. So I found the area for my fence, and we're going to build the house on the inside of this, but it is basically 32 by 32, and then that leaves us space for the bridge at the direct center, and of course 15 blocks on the right and 15 blocks on the left. So I created one section of the front part of our wall. We will be adding in more details, but this is just the first layer, and this layer includes a few random decorations, but trust me, it will get better and look better as we continue building. Alright, so that's basically it. We do have a bunch of breakers and stuff to kind of make it end off at the very edge, but the rain stopped, so let's go ahead and now take a look at how to build this. The first thing you want to do is grab yourselves some pillar quartz blocks, build up 3 over here, place down another one right over there with a chisel quartz block stacked up just like that in between it. So it should look something just like this. And we grab ourselves our stone slabs, place down one on top of each of these blocks. It should look like that. Then we want to grab ourselves some of these andesite blocks and break down one block over here, one block over there, place down our andesite just like that. Grab ourselves our stone brick stairs, place a stone brick stairs facing up in the right side position. Then you want to place down 2 redstone lamps with a oak wood leaf right at the center of it, and that should be one section of our thing now completed. We want to basically grab ourselves another pillar quartz block, or actually grab ourselves, yeah, a pillar quartz, I think it is, or no, a quartz stairs. So excuse me, I kind of messed up there, but place down a quartz stairs facing up like this with a pillar quartz directly on top of it, and then you want to basically repeat this section yet again. So destroy one block to the right, one block to the left, place down our andesite on the left and right, place down our stone brick stairs in the middle, our 2 redstone lamps, finally our oak leaves, and then we place down 3 of our stone slabs on top of these blocks, and on top of these as well, and top of those, and then place down an extra one where we have our oak wood leaves. So it should look something like that, and then we'll repeat that pattern until we get to the edge. So let's just go ahead and do that one more time. Destroy the left and right side block, place down our regular quartz stairs facing up, and then we place down our pillar quartz right on top of those. And using this pattern, it's very simple to build, so there you go. We grab ourselves our andesite and then build down one on the right, one on the left, place down our stone brick stairs in the middle, place down our 2 redstone lamps, and then our oak leaves at the center, then our 3 stone slabs, and then finally one at the top middle. And as you guys can see, that's basically going to be our front wall. Alright, so now I need to add in the redstone to make the lighting work, so I'm gonna take some time to figure this out, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you guys how it looks. Alright, so I went ahead and built up the wall on the inside. It does look a bit weird, but this wall has working lights now on the inside, as well as the outside, and of course, a defense system built into it, which is really cool, a very compact redstone wall. Alright, so what I want to do is basically flick this lever. As you can see, it will turn on the lights on the inside, as well as the outside, like I mentioned, and also, when I add in a rapid signal to this, it should activate our dispensers at the top, dropping arrows across the area. Now, this is just a small little defense, which is pretty much going to stop anyone from scaling the wall. It's not 100% foolproof, but like I said, it's super compact, so you might as well just add it in. Alright, so basically when you turn the lights on and off, when it goes to the off setting, it shoots up the arrows. So what you want to do is just have a way to input a rapid signal. That way it fires like a rain of arrows endlessly. And we will do that, but at the moment, let me just show you guys how I built up the wall. And I did add in some obsidian into the middle. That way it adds in a bit of extra defense. So what I need to do is pretty much grab myself some obsidian, place down obsidian blocks over our redstone lamps. And then once we have that, place down obsidian blocks in between, just like this. There you go. And then grab ourselves some of our redstone repeaters from our menu, and then place down our redstone repeaters going into each block, coming in from either side of the map. Now, what I plan to do is just have a bit of redstone dust going across the entire section, since this wall will be replicated there, but you will have to work around the front doorway and whatever doorways you choose to add across the map. So what I'm going to do is basically add in some of our redstone repeaters, like I mentioned, and what this is going to do is basically allow us to take a signal from this area, and I could place down a lever over here to kind of demonstrate that. It's basically going to carry our redstone signal through all of these blocks. It's going to activate this bit of redstone dust here, and this redstone dust is going to activate these two blocks, which are of course over our redstone lamps. As you guys can see, it will basically activate the redstone lamps on the outside. But now what we need to do is grab ourselves some of our stone slabs, modify the outside, and then we can get started building up the middle. So we just go ahead and change it up just like that, basically reversing it, and that way we could hide the redstone torches that are inside of the wall. Alright, so to build up the inside, we're going to use chisel quartz once again. Place it down right over here, then place down a bit of pillar quartz on its face, and then it should go ahead and look something just like that. Place down our stone brick stairs right under this bit of redstone dust, and finally a redstone lamp right over there, which should be activated. We need to do the same thing on every single block, so let's just go ahead and quickly do this. Chiseled, then place down chiseled here, there, and there. Then we place down our stairs here, there, and there. Place down our regular pillared quartz on the face just like this, so make sure you go ahead and click on the block at the back. It should look just like this, and then we place down nothing over here because I want to have this area to demonstrate how it works. And then we place down our redstone lamps right on top of our staircases just like that. We need to grab ourselves some of our redstone torches in order to add in our dispensers. So let's just go ahead and grab ourselves our dispensers as well as our redstone torches, and we need to place down our redstone torches on top of these blocks right over there. This block is basically going to power this one, and it will invert that torch. So place your redstone torches on top of every block, but skip one block in between. So if you're placing it down just like this, skip a block just like that, and basically do it just like this. Alright, so hopefully you guys get that, because I'm kind of messing up these sentences, but that's pretty much how it's supposed to look like. We place down our dispensers facing up right over here, and it should be activated now by our redstone torches. Now, as you can see, when you skip the blocks, one of these torches will activate two of these dispensers, so that's just to save redstone if you're building it on survival mode. And by the way, if you're building this on survival mode, I mean, huge props to you, because this is going to take a lot of redstone, because I'm trying to build some really advanced structures. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is go ahead and grab ourselves some of our stone brick staircases, then place down our stone brick staircases on top of our quartz just like that, and it should cover up our redstone torches from the inside, and then our stone slabs from the outside will cover it up as well. The final thing we do need to do is either grab ourselves our stone slabs and cover these parts up, or you can leave it open. Alright, so this is how it looks when it's covered up on the right hand side, and this is how it looks when it's not covered up on the left hand side. So I'm kind of thinking the left hand side looks better because it doesn't look so rounded, so I might keep it just like that. But if you guys are wondering, you would just place down a slab right above there. Alright, so now what we need to do is finish up this wall. I'm not really sure what I'm missing, so let me just go ahead and check. And it looks like we have everything. So that is pretty much one of the walls. Like I mentioned, when you turn off the wall, it fires our redstone arrows or whatever. It activates our dispensers. So you'll just need to add in a rapid signal in order for a rain of arrows to come down. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is add in a basic piston door at the front gate, and then connect up this redstone to show you guys how it's supposed to work. Alright, so I went ahead and created a very simple piston door. I did want to have it extend out like that, but for our house, we'll add in a lot more complex doors. At the moment, I just need something very easy to build. That way, it could just be used as a front gate. Alright, so what I did was just basically had just sticky pistons extending, and to do this, I simply grabbed myself some sticky pistons, placed down 2 over here on the face of those chiseled quartz blocks, then place down some chiseled quartz blocks on the face of that, then place down a block right over here, place down a bit of redstone dust there, a block right up like that, a block right over here, a block down like that, then place down redstone dust all along these blocks. And I do want to move this redstone torch from this block all the way to this section, and it will still activate that dispenser just from another side. Alright, so now let's go ahead and grab ourselves a lever, place down our lever over here, then flick that lever. As you guys can see, it will now extend our blocks and basically create a gateway. Now what I need to do is connect these redstone up together, and you could do it just like that, or you could hide it. But I'm going to try to hide it that way, of course, it does not look so bad. And then that will pretty much create our doorway. Now, as you guys can see, you don't want to do it like this. You actually want to power this block, so that way our redstone, it's powered down here as well. Alright, so that's pretty much how it's supposed to look. And once you guys have that, you could go ahead and connect it up as you like and hide a redstone. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you guys what I did. Alright, so to connect up my redstone dust, I had to make a few changes, and what I did was pretty much dug down a couple blocks. Luckily for me and our builds, I did not kind of overlap with the other redstone, and what I pretty much did was dug down a bunch of blocks, double inverted our system by placing down 2 redstone torches just like that. And the reason I did that is because when this bridge is activated, I want our doors to be opened. Alright, so that is pretty much what I did on the right hand side. For the left hand side, I did have to modify it quite a bit. What I did over here was place down a block, and then this block is going to invert our torch, and this is also going to continue to take our signal towards our first bridge, allowing it to activate. And then we're going to grab a signal through this block and then going towards our second bridge, and that will stay activated. So you want to make sure when you modify this area, these 2 bridges are still activated, otherwise it's going to mess up the entire thing. So if you guys are following me exactly, this should not be too difficult. All I did was destroy a bit of redstone dust there. I placed down a block with a torch right on top, then another block right on top of that. And finally, when I place down this redstone torch, is going to invert everything and open up that door. Now, in order for this to work, I just went ahead and placed down a block right over here to triple invert it, because this side had a redstone power going towards it already, so I needed to triple invert it. So I went ahead and replaced this configuration with this configuration, basically a redstone torch at the bottom. I destroyed the redstone dust over here. I placed down a block over here and then a bit of redstone dust there. This redstone dust is going to activate the bottom piston. This one is going to activate the top piston. And when I basically invert this or destroy the torch, it should go ahead and extend our doors. I did destroy a block down there. Like, I hate MCPE because I can never click on tiny blocks, but as you guys can see, when I do destroy that redstone torch, it does extend the door, so that basically demonstrates what I was talking about. Alright, so now let's go ahead and maybe replace this block, and then place down a block directly on top of this torch, and replace that block over there. And yeah, so now what I need to do is pretty much just wrap this signal around and time it with our bridge. Now, like I mentioned, what we need to do is, oops, can we get out of here? Okay, so what we need to do, or what we need to keep in mind, is have this doorway inverted from the bridge itself. So when the bridge is activated, our doorways are deactivated, and when our bridge is activated, our lava pit should be deactivated as well. So yeah, I just need to go ahead and reconfigure that, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you guys all of the stuff working together. Alright guys, so I made the adjustments, and this thing looks looks awesome. So first off, we have our lava pit and our bridge, and then we have our gateway connected to it. So I basically come to the input, which is still underground. I click on that button. As you guys can see, our bridge opens up as well as our gateway, and then the lava goes away. So that's basically going to be our front entrance, and now we need to set up the lights and set up our wall with our defenses. So I'm really excited for how this looks and how it's working so far. I mean, you guys have probably been watching this and you're probably new to Redstone, and as you can tell, we're just jamming Redstone into every single part of this map, and I guarantee this is going to be the best Let's Build you guys will ever find, as well as the best redstone house once it is completed. Alright, so yeah, I have to figure out the mechanism to kind of build up the walls, but once I have done that, that will be the final part of the video. I'll be back and I'll show you guys how I did it. So I figured out a circuit system for the wall. I built it above ground so you guys could see it better, but what I did was basically added in a redstone torch right here at the bottom. Then I added in a redstone repeater that's going to basically power that block and allow us to turn the wall on and off. Then I connected that into an inverted torch, and from this inverted torch I have the on and off switch as well as our rapid signal. Now these two things are very different, and I used a lever for this one because in order to add in a button I would need to remake that T flip-flop for a second time. But either way, on the right hand side we have ourselves our rapid system, and this system works only when this is turned off. So if I go ahead and flick this lever, as you guys can see, it will go ahead and light up our wall and then shoot arrows into the air, and then I can turn it off, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you guys can see, it does fire our arrows in a rapid signal and adds in a layer of protection, as well as you can speed this up by changing the tick delay right over here. Now on the left hand side I have a basic T flip-flop, and this is going to go from a button into our T flip-flop, and then it's going to output a lever. Basically, it's basically going to convert a button into a lever, excuse me, and then that's going to invert this torch and either turn our lights on or off. So if I go ahead and click on that button, as you guys can see, it will turn our lights on. And then once our lights are turned on, there's no way I could activate this and have it work. So as you guys can see, even with the system on, that torch cannot be inverted because it already is. Alright, so when I go ahead and turn this off, arrows will fire into the air. That's one of the downsides. But after that is completed, I could go ahead and activate the rapid fire system once again. Alright, so that's basically what I did, and to create these two separate systems, you basically have to start off at our inverted torch, and I'm going to basically do this very quickly, guys. We place down our block right over here. This is going to be our inverted torch, and we grab ourselves a redstone repeater, place down a redstone comparator right over here, and we're going to build up our T flip-flop. We build up a dropper facing up, with a dropper facing towards this direction on top of that dropper, and finally a dropper facing towards this direction, just like that. And then we need to go ahead and basically grab ourselves a hopper from our menu, and then we need to place this hopper going into this dropper right over here. That's going to create our T flip-flop. We place down an item into our hopper just like that. Then once we have that, we want to place down a redstone repeater going into this dropper, the one that we first placed down. Place down a block over here, and finally a button on that block. So let's just go ahead and grab ourselves a button. And then when we click on this, it should create that T flip-flop, inverting the torch and also turning it on and off. So that's one section of the thing now completed. The next thing you want to do is create our rapid system, and to do this you basically create a Y shape. I did this a bit weird. Create a Y shape just like this. Destroy the blocks right over there and there. Grab yourselves a redstone repeater, place it over here, set that to 1 tick or any amount of ticks that you guys want. Place down a torch over there, a bit of redstone dust there. As you guys can see, it will create a clock. You could extend this, make it slower, make it faster, and I just keep it on the middle because I don't want to waste too many arrows. And then you place down a redstone repeater over here. You place down a redstone repeater coming out of the other side, I believe. Yeah, there you go. And then you send this into an inverted torch signal. Now the reason why you want to invert it is because when you add down a redstone lever over here, it should go ahead and power the stuff, and then it stops moving. So basically when you add a signal into our rapid signal creator, it stops it and then it freezes it on the on state. But you got to keep in mind that if we're inverting this, we can't have the torch inverted because it will not work with this side. So that's why I inverted it. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying, because it's kind of complicated. But basically we invert that section, then we place down a redstone repeater right over here. We're actually right over there going into that block, and then we extend that signal into that block, and then that should go ahead and allow us to have that have that lever flicked, or have that redstone torch flick on and off, excuse me. There's like a lot of redstone stuff going on right now. It's frying my brain. Alright, so if you guys want to replace this lever with a button, you just go ahead and add in a T flip-flop. You cannot use the same T flip-flop with this because it's just not going to work. So let me just go ahead and show you guys how you would do this. You would place down, yet again, another redstone comparator, and you want to place down a dropper facing up, then a dropper facing towards this direction, then a dropper facing towards this direction with another hopper going into this block, and then you place down another item into that hopper. I'm going to place down a bit of redstone dust. Then you place down a redstone repeater going into this area, just like that. A block over here, grab ourselves a button. Then you would place down this button right over there. When you click on this button, it will create a system in which you replace the lever, as you guys can see, and then you can click that to turn the rapid system on and off. Anyways, guys, that basically wraps up today's episode of our Let's Build series. If you did enjoy it, be sure to take 1 second to smash the like button. Let's aim for over 1,000 likes on this video. I am really excited to do this series, and if you guys show the support, I will definitely try to make more of these episodes per week. Anyways, guys, if you watched all the way to the end, type in hashtag Team Twiistz into the comments so I know how awesome you are, as well as don't forget to subscribe to see when these videos come out. This was Twiistz, and I'll see you guys next time.